Today you're watching Ford's Automotive Removal, where we work on my Mercury Grand Marquis. So, what I showed you in this video, mostly what we cover, is how to do the cup upgrade that they talk about on the internet. Also, how to remove this plastic. Bam! Plastic collection system. I also explained to you why, on your car, personally, you should keep this plastic, but because I'm me, I'm removing it. Bam. Okay, let's throw it away. More plastic. I also show you some bonus material, like how to tighten up this cable. And give yourself more throttle response time by bringing this gas pedal up. It used to have a lot more play in it. It started down there and you could pick it up all the way up to there. It also brings your gas pedal closer to your brake pedal, which actually helps with performing time. So when you're on the gas, you can get off the gas and on the brake faster, and vice versa. So it helps with cornering and that. Also, I'm working on a video, which I'm incomplete with, on fixing the exhaust system. But that's an upcoming video that we haven't got to yet. So, please enjoy. What we're gonna do, you see that little thing? It's so small. We want it girthier. We want it bigger. So what we're gonna do, and there's your throttle body, is that thing right there. It comes out, goes round through here into this box. I'm gonna pop this loose. Bam. Pop this one loose. That opens this up. Alright, we're gonna take this. And we're gonna pin it back like that. Not recommended because it does that. Especially if you have an older one. Like I have a 97. I actually am impressed that it's still good, but so I recommend you get a K&N filter. It's thinner, it's better, and it's reusable. But I don't have a K&N filter, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw this away. Then you have to take this bolt, and that bolt out. On my car, it's a 1/2 inch. On any other Ford, it's probably 1/2 inch too, but I don't know. So that's what I'll be doing, and then I'll get back with you. So I actually lied. It's 7/16. Right. Nope. Yep, 7/16. That's what it is. It just was so rusty that I thought it was 1/2 because the 1/2 fit on tight. Okay, moving forward. Michigan rust is really making things difficult. It twisted that off, that one, and that one all off. So I mean, it's really quick getting it out, but it twisted them off. I guess it's just gonna sit back there. Okay, sorry about the back noise. So I took this out, previously. Nuts twisted off. So for this piece to come out, it may look impossible, and I pulled on it for a second, but then I saw let me get my knife. Pocket knife. Right there was a little tiny tab, and I took my knife and I just kind of took the tip of it and shaved it off. After that, it pulls right out like that. Slides right in and out. Just whoop. Okay, that's what she looks like. There's your part number if you want one to be stock. That little piece you can see, move the knife. Is right there. And there's only one on each side. Right there. That's what we're dealing with now. What people recommend on the internet is you take a cup and you put it in there, and it'll instead of flaring down and getting smaller, it flares out and gets bigger. There's the hole it goes through, so you don't have to worry about it not fitting. They recommend you use a good cup, but I'm probably going to be a cheap ass, and I've got like a Burger King cup. I'll go get here in a second. Also, I'm back. These things here, they go right here. They're what lock your airbox. Now, one of them fell out on me. I found it. But they pull straight down. Just pull them off, set them to the side, and you won't have that problem while you're working on it. You can put them back when you're done. Just a tip. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. I've done some jank stuff. Oh, the camera's lagging a little. Okay, it's back working. Okay. So here, let me pause this for a second. Alright, some video magic later, and this is what we've got. So there's our hole, and we're trying to get it to fit. So I cut this cup. I cut the bottom out of the cup. But I did test it first. I knew I was going to have to do this. So when it goes in way too far, okay? And the reason I say that is so if that's in there, it sits about there. See how much further it sticks out? It's got to stick out about that far. That's about what we're missing. So, how we got around that was this. So, I took this one. Come on. And I put that, I took the styrofoam cup and I put it in there and I saw where it wedged. So, this is where my first mistake happened. When I cut it a little too short. So now it slid right through and out the other side. When I rev it up, it'll suck in and whoosh. Now we're back to where we started. So that was my first mistake. So how I got around that was this. So I put it back in here. Whoop. I took and cut another ring out of that same cup a little further up. And I got it to fit right in there, just like, come on, you did it just a second ago. Just like this. Right there. And now, that ring sits in there snug. And this ring fits right in that ring snug. And if you rev it too high, and the throttle, and the intake sucks too much air, it'll only suck this cup tighter in there. So that's what we're dealing with. Let's give it just a little. Put it in there. Right there. We're not sponsored by Mancino's, but they make a pretty damn good sub. 10 times better than, well, they make a pretty damn good sub. I don't want to get demonetized, even though I'm not monetized anyway. By the way, I have not tried this part yet. So here we go. Does she fit? No. No, we got to do something. I got to cut the cup down or make it do something because it's bumping. So there's the hole it goes in, but it's got to go out there too. We'll be back in a minute. Well, that was an easy fix. What happened was, of course, it was sticking out too far. So what we'll do is pop that right out like that. That was actually pretty clean. So this is the ring that was on the cup. Remember I showed you the first ring, then second ring. We just eliminate the first ring. And it makes the cup slide in a little further, but not too far. Bam, just like that. Then she goes in just like that. There's our little bumpers where we set it right there. See, goes in there. It sticks out perfect. And I haven't compared it to the stock one, but I believe she sticks out a little bit less than the first. Just a little less. About a quarter to a half inch. Yeah, that doesn't matter. So, what I'm going to do just to make it to where it's sucking more air is I'm actually going to cut. So, the cup is a cone shape. I'm going to cut it off to about there. And it'll make the hole just that much bigger. As you can see, instead of cutting the cup like this, I actually stuck the knife in the end and cut like this, which actually makes the hole a little smaller than the cup is. So now I'm going to cut it like this. Just like that. Okay. I'm still working on the YouTube magic, so don't pick on me if that wasn't good. So now, look at that. We get a nice good fit. That wasn't YouTube magic. That was actually just a nice good fit. And yes, this is a really cheap cup. If I were you, measure and cut once. See, I just started cutting, and I had to recut like 5 times. So here we are. Got cut 1, cut 2. Actually, cut 1, cut 2, cut 3, 4, and 5. Actually, I guessed that right. That's amazing. Yep, 5 cuts. And here we are. It should fit perfect now that we're done. So just quit bullshit. I know y'all aren't here on YouTube to watch just me sitting here bullshit. Y'all want to see some shit get done. Now, I'm not going to actually do a practice run because this car is loud and obnoxious because I still have the exhaust manifold off. But I'm fine with that, but everybody else is not. But I know that that probably makes no difference. I'm doing it because YouTube told me to. So, yeah, I'm doing that. And I don't mean like comments because this will be my first video. I mean like YouTube, as in when I was watching YouTube, they said free power mods. And I was like, well, free power mods? I got to do that. So I did that. That's my garbage. That's some garbage. I would say that's garbage, but I don't throw shit away. We'll hold on to that. That's pretty cool. It wedged right now. Oh yeah, that actually goes right here. Something like this. Just like that. I know that wasn't clean because I forgot. I didn't slap that before. Damn it. Whatever. Mistakes were made. I'm gonna figure out something else I can do to the engine. I don't know what is yet. You know what? I know what it is. I'm gonna take this stupid plastic piece off. Just like this plastic piece is off. And I don't want to keep it. I'm not big into the plastic pieces. I'm not gonna throw them away because if I sell the car, I'm gonna keep it. But yeah, that's garbage to me. Actually, this is the only piece of plastic on the engine bay that I think is good for right now. Like, as in, I mean cover plastic. Like, this is plastic. It'd be best if it was plastic because plastic is lighter than metal. And, of course, weight. But see, that does nothing. This kind of ducts. It keeps air from not coming out of the motor, off of the hot motor, and back through the radiator. It keeps it going through this grill, through the radiator, and then over the motor and over the transmission and out. So this is actually a piece of duct work, whether you believe it or not. It also has diagrams on how the belt goes on the thing, but this belt is good. I found something in this car I'm glad I found. So if you look right here, I can't tell if you can see that or not. Yeah, if you look right there, it says soft cup only. Yeah, right there, ding, ding, and ding. I am so glad I found that because we would have been in a world of trouble. Because there's a chance I might have put a pretty rigid cup in that holder. So, yeah, I'm glad I saw that. We know now that only the soft cups can go there. Fuck, I already used my soft cup up. What am I supposed to do? Also me continuing to follow the rules as my exhaust pipe is completely disconnected at the heads. Neato. All I got to say about all this shit that I'm doing is there's a right way, there's a wrong way, and there's a long way, and we don't take the long way around here. Okay, neat thing here. So, okay, whatever. So the hole is square. You're like, how the fuck am I supposed to do that? Well, it's exactly the size of this little guy. That little ratchet that nobody ever uses. Well, there he is. Although, I actually use him quite often now. Lefty, righty, tighty, loosey. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's right. I was right. Oh, fuck. Okay. On to what we were doing. There she is. I broke this the other day. I pulled on it just a little and, well, she's a 97, so she's almost 30 years old. So there's what we were looking for. That's what we were looking for. No reason I took that off other than I just I just want her empty. Although, I am working on one thing, so I guess I didn't realize it, but, so the throttle cable, if you notice, it's loose, like, hear that thumping? That's the gas pedal hitting the floorboard. So, to do that, we can either tighten it this way, somehow, I'm not sure how, or there's a little trick where they take some zip ties. Well, I was gonna show you, but fuck, there's plastic here. So some plastic removal later, another piece in the go. Or I might tell them to fuck off, there's no plastic on it. That light there was in there. I'm gonna somehow zippy tie it back. Did I just say zippy tie? Fuck, the Yankees are getting to me. I'm from Florida, just so you know. No. So, oh, I was about to say that's a brake. That's your brake pedal. That's your gas pedal. See how when I lift up, okay, I lift it up. See how when I lift up, that goes, and that cable comes out? You put zip ties on that cable part that's sticking out, and it makes it to where it pulls further. That's what happens when I press it down. What am I looking at? Right there. Okay, well that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put some zip ties right there. I'm guessing 3 maybe. We'll see. And then as for that light, that's another one. I'm thinking this bar right here. Right there looks good to me. Maybe right, I don't know, I'll get it done in a second. And some magic later. Well, a hop, skip, and a heartbreak, and possibly a fire hazard too. We got her, okay. Well, it's a little tight under here. I'm gonna move that one. There's 3 zip ties. I think I might possibly could have got another one, but I don't need to. Because when I push the gas pedal down, it pulls that cable like a ½ inch further. And it doesn't even hit the little stopper at the bottom. So it's maxing out at the throttle end, which is what I want. Oh, that light just quit. Yeah. About that fire hazard again. Yeah, we got to cut the zip ties now. Well, and that's the last one. It's not jank. It's just not done right. Also, this doesn't add power to your car. Unless you're not pulling the throttle cable all the way, then it does add power. But it doesn't add power. It adds throttle response time. See, before, when you pressed your pedal, it was way the fuck down here, and it just, now it's quicker. And your gas pedal is closer to your brake pedal. It was way down here, like that far away. Now it's way closer. So there's that too. It's tighter too. So yeah, that's good. And that light has not started working again. So we're back here to this air box, and it is now time to put it together. So yeah, let's put this back. I lied about throwing it away. Bam, just like that. Then we take that and we put it in our hand, just like that. Something like that. Then you just take these little things and you just and on to the second one. Bam, that went well. Also, I didn't mention this, but if you do this cup situation, it will not affect any lights. Your check engine light won't come on. It'll only make your car run better. It doesn't hurt your mass airflow sensor. There's no negatives to this, other than if you use a chintzy piece of styrofoam like that, it could break apart and fly up and get stuck in your filter. But that's why you have an air filter. And you don't throw it away, like I did. But I'm going for power, not reliability. No lies, I actually put the filter back because I want my engine to stay running, and I'm not a complete moron. I might be from Florida, but I'm not stupid. Well, I probably should hook that back up too. That's where that little nick right there come from. It turns around and it faces this way, and when you close the hood on it, it nicks your hood. And the guy told me not to do it, and oh my god! I got it. Yeah, the guy told me not to do what I just showed you. and I forgot it, and I did it anyway. Yeah, it was sad. It was a sad situation. Now, one thing that I've been told you can do on these is you unbolt this right here. Right there, there's 4 of them. There'd be another 2 at the bottom, exactly the same place. And you put a little spacer. It's like a 1-inch spacer. And somehow that adds power. But if you combine that spacer with, also, you see how this pipe is slightly bigger than this pipe here? Yeah. Well, the 5.4, this is a 4.6. The 5.4 Triton V8 motor has that exact same pattern. And supposedly, I have yet to look into it with my own intuition and my own brain, which may or may not be a good thing, bolts right on there and causes more airflow, and supposedly the whole air box off of the 5.4 Triton will fit, will bolt up. The mass airflow sensor plugs in. Now, I had a 5.4, actually my best friend did, at an F250, and it looked exactly the same. The only difference was it's got a big cone-shaped airbox, which I'm not gonna lie, it looks cooler. If you take the little filter out, it looks like the front of an airplane. But yeah, that's it for this video. So yeah, that's all we're doing. We just added this cup in there. This cup, you can have a startup, because who doesn't want a startup? Oh my god, that dinging. That fixed it. I'm not gonna lie, I think it runs smoother. I think it's also quicker to the acceleration. Possibly, I don't know. I haven't driven this car very much. Well, that's that. See you next video. Hope you enjoyed the video, because this is, of course, Force Automotive Removal. It's easier to remove things than to fix them.